Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Signal State. We are here banging our heads against Tractor Gear System. Now, I haven't really looked at this since we signed off last episode, so we are just diving right back in where we were at. Let's see if we can make progress this time. If we cannot, if this proves to be just big headache, then I will probably look up a guide so we can continue making progress in the next episode. But let's give this one more really good college try. So, where are we at? Out 1 is an alternating signal of constant frequency. We can see that here. Up, down, up, down, up, down. High, low, high, low. Out 2 alternates between 2 clock signals with different frequencies. 2 time steps and 3 time steps. Which clock signal to send to out 2 is decided by out 1. So, what do we have here? We have our interval 2 clock signal and our interval 3 clock signal. And we have those wired up to VCAs. And then this goes to out 2. Now we need to figure out how to create this alternating out 1. And then we'll split that, send it to out 1, and have it drive the VCA. So we can create that. Let's see, we have a splitter. We will have a splitter. We will figure out how to get this to go to the in. Out 1 is going to go to the system output. Out 2, when this is high, we want it to output the clock 2 signal. Is that correct? Yes. And when it is low, I think 3. It's actually kind of hard to tell. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Let's wire that up. If these might be inverted and we might have to switch them. Switch these 2 lines. So when it's high, we will output the 2. And when it is low, when it's low, we will output the 3 clock. We might have to flip these around, but I think that's correct. So now the trick is figuring out how to get the input for this. How do we generate this out 1 signal? So we know that we can't just use a clock, although that would be what we want to do. Clock controls the interval between clock pulses, can only go up to clock 5. And I was trying to do stuff here with a 2 clock and a 4 clock and combining them, and this wasn't really working. So let's get a oscilloscope. And let's just look at some stuff and see what's going on. I wish I could tell it to play but not care about the outputs, because this is going to be complaining. And I don't care. Controls, delete modules, delete cables. No. Okay. Yeah, so turn the speed down and let's just see what clock 2 does. Okay. Yep, this is going to get mad. That's fine. So it's going to go high for one tick, and then low, and then high for a tick, and then low, right? Yeah. And that's just going to alternate. That's fine. So now, let's see what an interval 4 does. Turn the speed up a little bit. A little less than that, please. There we go. Okay. So it's on for 1, off for 3. On for 1, off for 3. So on for 1, off for 3, on for 1, off for 3. So what would be really nice is if we could use a clock 4, we could have a way of generating a signal, and then we could use an interval to clock 4 to tell it to switch. So the first time it gets it, it goes high, and then the next time it gets a pulse, it goes low, and it stays low until it gets another pulse, and then it stays high. That would be exactly what we want. And I feel like this sample and hold is the trick to that. I think that's exactly what we're supposed to do, but I'm not sure how to do it. So let's see. Sample and hold samples the current value at the input when a trigger is received and stores it in memory. The current memory value is sent to the output. Samples the current value at the input when a trigger is received. So can we... This might be overcomplicating it right off the bat, but I almost want to do something like a VCA where we like take the output of the sample, invert it, use that as the control voltage, use a not to generate a constant voltage, run this to the in, and then run this clock to the gate. So what would this do? So we're generating just a constant voltage. So this in is always 100. And then we're going to pulse this just once. When we start, this CV is pulling whatever is currently being output, which is currently 0. So we're saying take 0 and invert it. This will be 100. So we're saying take the full amount of everything. Like this is always 100. And we'll give that the M. We'll pulse this once. So this will be set to 100. This will become 100. And the next tick we're going to hold. We don't touch it again because of this clock. So we're going to wait 4 ticks to go again. And then, so now this is outputting 100, which this will cycle to be 0. So we're going to say 0, this is going to output 0. So then next time we pulse the gate, it'll be 0. So I think, I'm a little unsure about this cycle back logic, but I think this works. And so here, instead of just doing that, we need a splitter. Like this. And let's just look at that, and let's just see what that does. No, see, this gets stuck in an infinite loop. Why is it constantly ticking out? I mean, it is alternating. It is alternating, which is what I wanted to do, but I wanted to do it only in time step with this guy. I feel like this is what I needed to do. But how do I get this to not cause an infinite loop? Maybe if I have the sample and hold. Drive the input voltage of the VCA. So instead of having this go back, have this go here. Shoot. Thought I had it for a second. A hundred. 2, 3, 4. So this is 100. Ping the gate. Nope. 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 But what if this actually needs to be a splitter? Gate 100. Why is the input? Because this is 0. Why is this a 0? Let's just step. Just step once. So this was 100. So it's sending 100 to the gate, but the input here is 0 because this is 0, because this is 0, because this is all 0. Yeah, this isn't correct. Let me stop that. Let me go back to what I was doing before. Let's do a not. Let's get rid of this and. So we're sending constant power here. And we're going to drive that. Sending constant power in. This needs to toggle. How do I set up a toggle? What if I did... Hold on. What if I did a clock at 2 and a clock at 4? And I ANDed them. This would only be true every 4. No, I need... No, that's still not right. How do I implement a toggle? It's interesting that they're giving me some here. Well, I guess I'm using some for this, so never mind. Every 4. It has to be the sample and hold. It has to be something with the sample and hold. By and the clock with the current output, which is going to need to come from a splitter. What do I use to drive the gate? Just the clock, right? Use the split, put it in there and into the gate. Okay, what did that do? So we have 100 coming in. And we're saying 100 and 0. We turned on the gate, but we have nothing. And so we're outputting nothing. That makes sense. Right. 0, 0, 0. Well, the gate is off. Let's get rid of the gate. Now they're both on. The whole thing's on. Step. Now it's still on. Yeah. It's still on. It's still on. Good. And not. And stop. And not. Okay, let's try this. Let's see what this does. So, step 1. No! Stop doing that! Why does this all happen in the same time step? Can I put in some kind of... Okay, so maybe this is correct, but maybe I need some kind of extra check. Can I put in something specifically to break the infinite loop? To guarantee it only goes through once. If this is toggle, let me see that again. So this becomes 100. This opens the gate. This gets 100. It's this line back that's screwing me up. Take the every 4. We send that to the gate. We only want to sample. Just confirm that again. Yeah, gate stays open. What if Now it's actually opening and closing the gate, but it's still looping. What if I used... Could I use multiple sample and holds? Hold on, let's do something. I have my clock 4 interval. What if I used 2 sample and holds? So this one... So we trigger the gate. This doesn't feel right. CV needs to be the previous state. So we sample and hold. We use the out to drive the CV. The gate should only open on clock tick. And the VCA should have a constant input. And we're going to use the output of the VCA to drive the input. So we started low. Why? Because we turned the gate on and our current output was 0. We need to not our current output. Then it just loops. No matter what I do, I end up in an infinite loop. All right. I know I said we were going to churn at this and maybe look up the answer in the next episode, but I really don't want to go a full episode without making progress. So I'm going to break down. Let's check. Let's get a hint. Let's see what this suggests. Help. You have no source signals here. You have to output. You have to generate the outputs from scratch yourself. Yeah, I know that. These are clock signals. Use clock. I know that. You'll need to store the clock pulse in memory for out 1. I've already figured that out. Use sample and hold modules to store the clock pulse and emit over multiple... Again, I figured that out already. You can use logic modules to toggle between clock signals of different intervals. And that's it. That's all you got for me. I know all of those things. That was not even remotely helpful. Okay, generate clock interval 4. This will tick here, here. This will tick on 1, 5, 9, 13, etc. Which is exactly what I want. I need it to toggle. How do I get it to toggle? Problem is, if the gate is open, it just keeps looping. I don't know how to deal with that. All right, we are coming up on half an hour here. I don't want to make this go on forever. I am completely at a loss. So, if you have any idea for how I might approach this, please leave a comment below. What am I missing? What trick am I not seeing? I know it has something to do with every 4 intervals here. I need to toggle the state that I'm storing in the sampler. I don't know how to get it to do that without an infinite loop though. What am I missing? If you see something, please let me know. Otherwise, we will look up the answer
next time and keep making progress that way. Very disappointing, but I am completely at a loss. So with that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.